Hey, and welcome to a new video. Today I want to talk about a trading topic that often gets overlooked, and many of you will know that I trade reversals and I look for those transitioning periods. So for example, here now we have the US dollar Swiss franc. We were in this two-wave uptrend here. Now we formed this market top and I'm looking to short this now. But most people make the mistake when they trade reversals, it's that they enter way too early and they are predicting instead of anticipating. And one thing I really find helpful is that you only exit your reversals after you see a clear move in the direction of the reversal. So this means, for example, in this case, we are looking for a sell trade to the downside. And you can see when we zoom in a little bit closer that previously price hovered just around this moving average, very small candles. And I know many traders who already shorted this around here, which is way too early because you can see obviously there's not much seller momentum and right now we don't have any confirmation. However, now it seems that seller momentum is picking up and we are seeing some increased movements, which makes the reversal trade much more likely to succeed. So I look for those momentum shifts and the breaks where price then starts from going sideways to really picking up downside momentum. So one thing is, the one thing I use in my own trading is the break of the moving average. So you can see during an uptrend, the moving average always holds very nicely. Then here we try to break the moving average, but you can see it was not a very strong break. The candle here was very small, so this was not very meaningful. And now here as well, here price did not break it very strong. This should not have caused an entry, but now you can see price is pulling away much stronger. The candle is getting stronger, we are closing near the lows, and this makes for a much better trade. At the same time, when we zoom out a bit, we can see that we can draw a trend line. We can connect the lows and the highs, and then you can see that this trend line is very important and well respected. So the way we draw it is that you look for the starting point, then you go forward. You can see here has been some rejection as well, which validates the trend line. Here obviously as well, here too. Then when we broke it to the upside, price hovered around it a little bit. And then once we broke it, price accelerated. So this is a very good trend line to have. And right now we see that price is approaching the trend line. So I'm assuming that once this trend line breaches, then we get a very strong reaction to the downside. At the same time, you can expect that around here, just like you see it now, there's a lot of consolidation going on, which means that entering ahead of the trend line is a little bit of a gamble. But when we connect the dots, you have this divergence, then you have this recent accelerating downside momentum with the large candle. Then it makes the successful breakout much more likely, and a potential breakout and a potential reversal is a very likely scenario in this case. We can also go to another pair right now that I'm trading, is the Aussie New Zealand dollar. You can see we've been in this downtrend, then we made a few attempts to break it to the upside. But just recently, just in the last 4 hours, we see some more buying momentum come in. We see the large green candles here, which is a very good sign for a breakout, because now we are going from this bottom to finding new buyers, and it's more likely that we are seeing a follow through. At the same time, we can draw something like a trend line here as well. We can connect the highs and the lows here. You can see if we start here, then here was this first trend line, has been respected very well. Then once we broke it, you can see the strong break. Price came back, retested it, and started another rally. Then even here on the way down, we found support again around this trend line. Here acted as resistance. Here it did not pay much attention to, although we had a breakout that immediately got rejected, which is important information. Here as well, we tried to make a break with a very strong bullish candle, but it never closed above the trend line. Here again, price ran into this trend line, just left the wick and turned down. And now you can see, if we zoom in a little bit closer, we can see the last 4-hour candle moved into the trend line. it got rejected. We even moved back into the moving average and retested the moving average, which is a very interesting pattern, which you always or often see during those breakouts. The breakout, then the retest, and now the follow through in the trend direction. So you can see price is now attempting to make another run at the trend line. This time it looks, the overall scenario looks much better. You have those large momentum candles. At the same time, obviously, we had this huge RSI divergence, which we could have guessed from just looking at the price and the smaller trend waves. And so I'm buying this pair, as this is a very high likely and high probability breakout scenario. And this is how you combine price information, momentum candles, then divergences, and also trendline and trendline breaks to form very sophisticated trading decisions and to filter out bad and good trading scenarios.